It's truly been a while, but I feel like this might be the greatest episode of BasedScape the world has ever seen. I've been holding off on this one, and I've been watching the flock on Global Chat and on Discord like a creepy Gower brother. This show is for you, the few, the proud, the faithful.
Man! Wow, man!
7 episodes in 2022, and we're going into 2023. It feels good.
I feel 10 feet tall right now, and strong as an ox.
Are you ready to watch this channel single-handedly outpace old school RuneScape YouTube channels in views and interactions with one single video?
Come down a little bit, bring it down a notch.
Today, right here and now, take flight on the wings of dawn.
Right now! Make the ruin and the world ending!
It's great to be back. If you're new here, this show is basically just an RSC podcast. I cover vanilla server news. I talk about real life shit too sometimes. I go off into the weeds. You know, I originally had the thought that maybe someday some people would just throw this on while they're playing, and who knows, they'd feel a sense of community, maybe a sense of belonging when other servers are just so fucking cancerous they almost deter anyone from sticking around. But yeah, it's long form content, and YouTube hates it, so it sort of makes me chuckle, and I kind of want to keep doing it every now and again, because, you know, fuck YouTube Shorts and everything that they stand for, and everything new that they like to promote. YouTube is long form content. When I was coming up, it was podcasts and an exchange of ideas, not a pop song and underage dancing. I mean, YouTube Shorts look like 480p Vine videos from like 10 years ago anyway. And I think that like the whole TikTok ship has sailed anyways. So why try to be like them? Twitter's going to take over this shit soon anyway if Elon has anything to say about it. So take it while you can get it. There are so few creatives left in the world. You've got to be basically begging for content anyway at YouTube HQ anyway, right? I mean, you're begging for it. But for many reasons, this show took forever to happen. It just wasn't in the cards. And before I know it, like a month went by, a month plus really went by. So I apologize for the infrequent upload schedule. It's a product of a busy life compounded by the fact that I was sick most all of November. I had COVID and then something else right after that, back to back. So I had everything from sinus infection, chest infection, you know, headaches, chills, a sustained 103-degree fever for like 3 days straight, no voice, laying in bed, monkeypox, just full-blown AIDS. It was truly the perfect storm. I could not even bring myself to like sit in a computer chair for more than about like 2 days. I was basically bedridden, and I needed to like elevate my legs for some reason. I was truly fucked. Now I had the old cove back in 2021, or at least I was led to believe that I did by a few others around me that had it. And, you know, a very cheap test kit that came from God knows where. But, and whatever that was, this wasn't. This felt like, you know, when you get the flu when you're a little kid. We're talking several phases of just physical and mental unraveling. I'm suddenly remembering parts of my life that I hadn't thought about in years. And on top of that, I was making the conscious decision to, like, rewatch fever dream movies while I was in it, like almost like an attempt to purposely make it more intense, because that's just how I am. I want the full experience. But I kept coming back to like Robin Williams movies like Jumanji and Hook, Mrs. Doubtfire. Those are such great movies. Rip Robin Williams. Those were the fever dream movies to watch. I did a lot of thinking during that time, a lot of reflecting. So it was transformative in the worst way possible. But yeah, that is why we haven't had an episode of this show in so long. But for the majority of my COVID break, I was on vanilla, and I was still grinding away, and so I did manage to put in some serious hours, and when I was sick and off work, and I still feel like I have a pretty good grasp as far as what's been going on in vanilla lately. Still pretty familiar with the day-to-day, the general consensus amongst players, and the major happenings. So today, I wanted to start it off with, a drum roll here. We shout out, not one, not two, not three, but four, count them, four new Legends members since the last episode. That's crazy. We have DNB Fanatic, Damien, Addicts, and Tyler Durden. So congrats on getting it done and playing, going the distance. That's a lot of players sink a major amount of time into this game and never get it done for one reason or another. But you four went all the way and right back to back to back to back. So congrats. I feel like it's worthy of mention because Vanilla really went a long time without a new legend. And I think that there's been about 6 or 7 in 2022. So only 6 or 7 people in a whole year that I'm aware of. There could be more. I saw Herbie also got a white cape, but I missed that one somehow. It flew under the radar. So GZ, Herbie, I don't believe they're in they're on Discord, but yeah, I saw that guy had a white cape, so I'd mention him too. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I was watching the Beast Fable live stream when YouTube struck it down for some shitbird reason, unbeknownst to anyone. I can't remember exactly what the exact words or policy that they flashed up on the screen as they took it down, but it made me chuckle. Like, you serious, YouTube? But yeah, YouTube is asshole. Streaming classic private servers on YouTube is asshole. What are you going to do? I say absolutely go old school RuneScape if you want your channel to grow right now. It is the obvious writing on the wall. Some channels on YouTube they're just stacking up mega numbers, these old school channels. There's a lot of talented people there. There are a lot of talented video editors in the old school sphere. Personally, I like Jimmy, Framed, Kaitios is pretty good for like F2P guides. I don't even play old school regularly, or make videos about it, but give me a mix of personalities that aren't just so fucking cookie cutter and can manage a, fun and entertaining dialogue. Maybe drop some information on me that I wasn't aware of before. And yeah, I'll watch and listen. So at least we all got to watch the first battle of Beast Fable's Legends stream, which, if you get that far, you've basically finished the quest. But congrats to all the new white capes again in the house. Shadow Warriors probably looks like, an inner city Walmart on Black Friday. You're not even getting past the door. I don't even want to know. Yeah. But I've been at Black Demons and Black Dragons lately, just camping old Taverley. And I feel like this has just been a great end game spot for me, for sure. I just come down as a reward to myself when I finish something grindy, like a late 70s crafting level that just makes me want to curl up and pass away. Just go down there and burn through some potions and get some drops. I feel like the last BasedScape I mentioned, a Dragon medium helmet dropping. It was my first, it was the cherry popper. And it was off of Black Demons, and I had like 25 kill count at the time. It was completely freak. But since the last video, I've picked up another 4 D-Meds. So to date, I've gotten 1 from Black Dragons in the first week back at the dungeon, and then 3 days later, I snagged 2 in a row off of Black Demons. 2 in the same trip, in the same inventory. And I just logged off that night. I was ecstatic at the fucking odds of thinking I'm gonna definitely send old Lone Lamer some screenshots of that one. Just man, the odds of that, it was freak. And then the very next day I logged on and I got another one. So right now I've got the original that I bought off of Iniesta, which I hope comes back. That guy was kick-ass. And five more Dragon medium helmets now, just sitting on Chub's bank account, waiting for their new owners. Excluding the one that belongs to him. So that leaves 4. I think one more is going to go to Mystery Box. Let's see. That leaves 3 more unaccounted for. So if anyone's looking for a D-Med, hit me up. Something tells me not to sell them all off at once, just because at one point my luck has got to run out. But yeah, I'm probably maybe the only top 10 player on Vanilla who doesn't have a Dragon Square yet. So I'm hoping my luck will one day transfer over to squares. Yeah, that whole drop thing, it's just a I played for a while there, like, really hedging my bets that I would get one soon, or I would get one off of something unconventional, like a Chaos Druid or something, but it still has not happened. But I don't really play, I don't really force it, I don't really go out there looking for it all the time, because if I did, I'd drive myself nuts. But yeah, really good luck on D-Meds. No luck at all on a D-Square yet. Or a 2-hander. I've never had a Rune 2-hander drop. Several other things on that ultra rare drop table have not dropped, like a Dragonstone. I've been still having fun. It's crazy. Dude, I think I'm somewhere around 1,700 hours into the game. It's freaking nuts. I'm still having fun. I'm still talking to the same people all the time on Discord and whatnot, and still engaged with the people, and it's fun, man. So I'm having a blast. But speaking of Discord, I kind of wanted to touch on this subject of changes being made to Vanilla, players requesting changes that are being made to Vanilla, like certing, changes to the UI, changes to skills, and stuff like that. I'm going to keep this really brief. There is a history of this in Vanilla. Vanilla is 4 years old, and now I can't speak to all of it because I haven't been around for all of it, but there was a video in 2020 of Vanilla and changes that were made to the game then, and it turns out that there was a lot of kickback from the player base. A lot of things changed at once that people weren't a fan of. And that right there is why you are playing the Vanilla that you're playing today. It's kind of like that old adage, know your history. Those who don't know their history are doomed to repeat it, right? So all of those things led up to the how Vanilla is right now. So if you went and I guess what I'm saying is I'm in the camp of don't change it. Fix bugs first before you change anything. There are still a lot of things from that 2020 video that are still a thing, like KBD behavior, sound effects, inventory speed. There's a few others that I can't really think of right now, but yeah, that's sort of where Vanilla lives right now. It's on that stagnation plane of existence, and I think that that's a good thing. I think there's several things that you can do to change that. You could, now this is a theory, you have Vanilla, you have Dynasty, you could create a third instance of RSC in Dragonfire, and then put all of your changes to a poll, and poll the Discord, and shape that server as, what is the overwhelming majority, what takes the win in all the polls, and just call it Pollscape, for lack of a better term. You could have XP multipliers, custom sprites, game modes, whatever the community was polled on. And I think that would be the way to go, as opposed to changing vanilla. I mean, we just had that whole August update that really made the game harder for newer players in several skills. So I guess what I'm saying is it would be counterintuitive to do that and then add a bunch of add changes to sorting or changes to the settings and menu and all kinds of shit. I just think it would be like doing one thing and then going backwards. Like I said before, I'm in the camp of fix any bugs that are outstanding before you change anything at all in vanilla. And I think the longer that people play there, the longer they would realize that that's the case, and that's why that should be the case. It's called vanilla, damn it. But yeah, that's about all I had on that one. And I do think that there's a lot of people out there with really good suggestions as to what to add and like mods and shit like that. I've even heard the idea of like, hey, if a D square, hey, if any kind of like rare drops, you could have a sound go off so that you wouldn't miss it. Or hey, you could blow up the font because we're all getting older and our eyes suck. Maybe we could blow up the font in the menus. Maybe we could add some commas in there so we could, because you can't really see anything. There are really smart suggestions that could be added to a third instance of RSC, and that's why I would say I would rather see it go that way than change what already exists. But yeah, that's about all I wanted to cover this episode. Just we'll pick it up next time where we left off. December should be a interesting month. There has been a lot of new players on the server. Dare I say, even more than last year. So I would imagine in the next 2 weeks we'll know what kind of Christmas events we have, what kind of New Year, if we have New Year's events and stuff like that. Will I ever get to 80 crafting? These answers and more. So yeah, December should be a jam-packed episode. So stay out there, keep grinding, doing what you do, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.